control of critical functions.
Good afternoon, all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes. It's Iron. That's Joe. I don't know why we're moving. We're playing musical faces.
Yeah,
that was
I switched us around earlier, and then
There
somehow
we
we got switched
go.
back.
There we go. Now we have it. So that way, when we can get our guest in here, they'll fit right in. We have a pretty big show tonight, so we're gonna kick off and kind of tell you what's happening. We do have Reverend Carter. He is over on the other line right now, but we're having technical issues that we've never had before. So have fun with the conspiracy theories. Maybe it's the Men in Black. I don't know what it is, but we are definitely having some issues trying to get him patched through. We're going to give that a shot. If it doesn't, we'll get a rain check. But we have a lot to go. We're going to do that. We talk about some of the things that are going on. We're going to talk about the UAP drone incursion and whatnot. And we're going to talk a lot about your feedback on the latest episode of Paranormal Horizons. We did
and oh boy, let me tell you, there is some feedback.
We did not say that Bigfoot was a alien or extra dimensional being. I just want
never
to go
once, never once did we say
that.
Ever.
Just want to tell you guys that. Okay.
Not
anyway,
stop putting words on our mouth. It drives us freaking crazy.
Welcome everybody in, Joe. While I sit here and try to get our buddy
my
on.
wild and weird family. How you doing, Deucer? Good to see you back. James Nelson. By the way, Dewey, hope your elbows feel. I know you've got a little bit of a road ahead of you, my friend. Get healed up. Then we got Deucer, Lisa. Happy Thursday, everybody. Oz in the woods. What's going on? Then we've got Jen in the house. Danny Buckner. What's going on? LR. Oz in the woods. Gary Schuler. And Terry McCullough is in the house. What's going on? Hello, wild people. Hello, right back at you. Finding the Trackway is in the house as well. We've got Bigfoot Littlefoot. Oh, wow. Bigfoot Littlefoot's back. We have missed you so, Bigfoot Littlefoot. It's been a hot minute. Good to see you back. John Smirka. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Who else we got in the house? Let's see. Anybody? JB, ready to start? Yeah, so were we. Running a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we made it. We're here. Then we've got Miss Trackway in the house. And Ada Cox is in the house. How you doing, Ada? Good to see you. I don't do jazz hands. I do metal. How you doing, LR? Good seeing you, brother. Mark Eddy is in the house. Hey, everybody. Hope the internet isn't frozen. That's actually kind of, oddly enough, part of the problem, but not completely like the internet frozen. It's the dielectric gel that's causing some issues. Then we've got Octopus with plenty of friends is here hanging out. What's going on, Octopus? Good seeing you last night during the premiere, by the way. Oh, who am I missing? Who do I got? Because we were running behind, so we got way more extra comments here to weed through. Nikki Bennett's in the house. How you doing, Nikki? And we got Deucer says, I'm using the one finger hunt and peck on my left hand. It's very slow and tedious, so my responses in the chat might be limited tonight. You guys are kicking the doors in. Kenny Hess, as soon as I get down to you, Angie, hello, how are you? Adam Goods in the house, how you doing? Yeah, drone activity, right? Carly, hey, how you doing, Carly? Good seeing you tonight. Ashley Hill of On Wednesday We Talk Weird. How are we doing, Ashley? Good to see you. Tommy Swigger's in the house. So who else? Pat made it. This is the first time I've seen Pat in weeks. How you doing, Pat? Oh. And then Anita's in the house. We've got Lisa kicking in the door.
Okay, I think he's good.
Lisa is summoning the sky. And look who the Sky Daddy brought back with him.
Wow. The Sky Daddy is good.
You got to watch who you hang out with out here. You never know what kind of spirit's going to follow you back.
Right?
I cut off all my hair, guys.
Oh man, how's that?
Oh, he did. Check it out.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah,
I got tired. I got tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to do the same thing. This stuff's
like
getting long.
Appearance of ancient aliens again. Like that's about how long it was back then.
Yeah. Yep.
You had those little inch and a half to 2 inch.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yes.
And you're right back.
Yes.
Just in case I changed my mind. But yeah, but here we are. And we made it. We made it. The snow is falling, I see. Seth.
Oh yeah, the snow is falling while sick.
There's Seth and Carly. And
Carly's feeding geckos while sick. That's all right. I'm doing a podcast while sick. We got this.
We can do it.
Yes.
And the ladies, Ada with all the owls.
Ada Cox, you were awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Multiple blessings. And I did manage to get us over on Instagram Live. We are live now on Instagram. So we are broadcasting here and out there.
Hey, Danny.
Everybody's excited to see
Eyes in the Woods.
the Rev in the house tonight.
Here. It's good to be here.
There we go. There we go.
All right. Now
the
we
gang's
got
all
that.
Here.
Yes, finally.
We made it to the bottom.
Wow. There's a lot of you guys tonight.
There are.
Awesome. Love it.
And with all the super chats and all of the donations coming in so far, just now would be a perfect time to go ahead and get some of the housekeeping out of the way and thank the good folks who keep this show on the road and keep everything rolling. Adam Good, the executive producer, L.W. Marshall, John Smirka, Teresa of Teresa's Haunted History of the Tri-State, Larry Hose, Ada Cox, Nancy White, Scott Holbrook, Lisa, Finding the Trackway, Kenny Hess, Seth Beans LaMille, Small Town Monsters, Eyes in the Woods, James Nelson, and our amazing super chatters, Dewey the Deucer Edwards, Spooky Appalachia, Guitar Chains Craig, Travis Orednick, Jeffrey Steele, Russ Bailey, Chris Coots, Bigfoot Littlefoot, Terry Summerfield, Sarah Ramsey, Julie Bug, Donna Ho, Angie Breeden, Jen Clower, Jamie Snell, Ike the Fob Daddy Fobber, Ashley Hill of On Wednesdays We Talk Weird. And yes, don't forget to slap that like button. Slap that like button like it owes you money, guys. And then we've got Lotus Flower, possibly my favorite username still to this day, Wendy the Pooh Bear, Asher's Creation, Spirit Brothers Paranormal UK, Pat Noble, and Richard Minnick. Thank you guys for your continued support of the show and
multiple blessings. I see
rolling.
Scott Holbrook, Adam Good. Thank you all for the Kenny Hess. Thank you as well. Multiple blessings for everyone tonight. It blows my mind to see it every time. But you guys are the ones who keep the lights on. You keep us on the road. You keep us doing what we're doing. Yeah. New equipment, all the above. It's you. And everything we do literally is because of you and for you, just to let you know.
Right.
That being said, you're going to get to see some really cool stuff that you're helping purchase, by the way, really soon. Right, Joe?
Right. Oh, yeah. We got a new toy that we're building. A very, very sophisticated something, and y'all gonna have to.
It's something.
All I'm saying is Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I mean, that's accurate.
Leave it at that.
It's accurate. Anyway, let's welcome our good friend, best friend at this point, and
Yeah.
show
Good to see
honorary
you.
co-host,
Good to see you all.
Reverend Michael Carter.
Here we are.
Michael.
Another Christmas.
Another one. We made it.
Yes,
Another-
we've made it.
another- I love it. I love this time of year. I love it. So here we are. I mean, it is cold. I was in South Georgia yesterday. I was there for 3 days in Thomasville seeing my mother-in-law. It was cold.
Oh wow.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like 26 degrees in the evening. In the daytime, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Yeah, I mean, it was freezing, even in the daytime. So I don't know. I don't think South Georgia is used to that kind of cold. I know ooh,
Not South Georgia. No, there was one time I was in
oh my
the
God.
Panhandle there in Florida, and it got down to about 38 degrees, and you'd have thought everybody was losing their mind.
Hey man, I'm
And
telling you, it was
the
colder
20s,
than
oh
that.
boy.
Yeah, that was
That's
brutal.
cold.
In the evening. In the day, it was about 52, but it was a cold 52. I remember one time I was out in LA with Ancient Aliens, and I don't know what happened, man, but I know it's in the desert, but the temperature dropped.
Oh,
And I just had on like a little suit jacket and maybe a shirt
Because I'm
underneath.
going to the desert. It's going to be warm, baby.
Thank you. And I don't like to be cold. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Same.
I'm not gonna be cold.
no.
I
I'm
refuse.
tropical blood. That's just how it
If
is.
if I have to pay the heating bill into the thousands, I will do it, but I'm not gonna be cold.
This
I'm
is why
not.
we're best friends right here. This is it.
I'm telling you, I don't want to see Norway. People say, "Oh, you should go to Norway. You should go." Why?
No,
Why?
you saw the Northern Lights this year. It's okay. You're
Come
good.
on.
and you got to see him from your back door.
We're good.
Yeah. I don't need it.
In the summer.
I don't need it. I'm gonna get through it. But hey, gang, it's good to see you.
You know,
Oh,
Sit-
you too.
speaking
I'll
of ancient
survive. I
aliens,
got through a hurricane, so I can get through this.
there you go.
You did.
Mike, speaking of ancient aliens, a good friend
Yes.
of yours told us to give us to give you his best regards and his deepest love.
Giorgio.
So he gave us a message,
I have
told us
not
to give you
seen.
his love the next time we saw you, and
Oh,
so here we are.
well,
Yeah.
I hope to see him soon. I'm going to shoot some episodes the 16th and the 17th of this month. But
Awesome.
we're not going to LA though. We're going to shoot I'm going to shoot in New York. So I don't know. I haven't seen Giorgio almost a year. Maybe
Oh,
a little
wow.
longer. Yeah, William Shatner. That was the last time I saw him.
That was a while back.
That was
Yeah, that's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
because they're doing, they're traveling around. So I guess
Yeah,
they're
doing
just on
the Ancient
different
Aliens live.
schedules. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
Yep.
he's never, he's not in the studio when I'm there.
Well,
But he looks
speaking of
good.
which,
He's doing
we're gonna
okay.
have to pull you in for a live thing at some point in the future. So
Oh, absolutely.
so you can meet all these
it-
people face to
It'd be
face.
great. Yeah. I got to see everybody.
Yeah, it'll be
Space
great.
is cold. Yes, it is. So they say. Earth is cold.
That's why we're trying to geoengineer it. I think I don't know, but
Oh, we
there's-
got a
we'll have to-
question for you here,
good.
Reverend Mike. Any new wall art?
Hey, Danny. Yeah, I'll show you. I got this. You see him? He's new.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
is he doing this?
Can't
It looks
tell.
like he's doing this. Yes.
And I got an Indian saint over there, Babaji.
Oh,
They're
those
new.
are
They're
cool.
joined. They've joined two Jesuses, a Mary Magdalene, Jesus's mom, a star person. Yeah, this is the Wall of Fame.
The Wall
They're
of
here.
Fame. I like it.
Yeah, they're here.
folks, you have questions for the Reverend, please bring them up.
Anita, yes. Anita, just call or text me. We can do that. But I'm old school. I got to talk because
He does.
my hands don't do the texting that well.
See,
But
I
yeah,
can text, but I hate
I'd rather,
doing
yeah,
texts
she can
unless
call
I
me.
have to. I am
Yeah.
very much a call me kind of person, and we'll talk.
Yeah, you got to call me and then we can talk because by the time you write out all the sentences, I mean, my God.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't
Give
really
a shout,
convey,
Anita.
you can't really convey the emotion or feeling either in text. That's what people can't understand.
You can't. My church, we had people were arguing over emails and text. So one year, my church, we just had to put in the policies and procedures. If you need to talk to me, do not email me or text me. Because people were misreading because you read something and it sounds a little harsh or whatever. So we said if you got something important to say, you got to call me or meet me face to face. That's the downside of technology sometimes.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
But it got so bad we had to put it in our policies and procedures.
Wow.
That tells you something.
Well, we're not the only church who did it, but I guess we admitted it. Yeah, because you can't, something could sound a certain way, but it's typed out, so you don't hear what the person's saying.
You're reading it and you're inferring whatever emotion you're feeling at the time. Yeah, and it goes awry.
So here we are again.
Absolute. So, folks, let's really quick just talk about some of the things that are happening, and we'll get your take on it there, Michael.
Okay.
We've had the hearings recently, right?
Yes.
And right after the hearings, everybody started talking about drones.
Yeah.
And then right after they started talking about them, they started showing up. Now, am I the only one who thinks that that's just a little odd, little odd and off? Especially since we started calling UAPs drones. I mean, just
I hear what you're saying. I don't know. One thing I guess we can all agree on is that anything is possible, and I still, we talked about this. We're being spoon fed. Now the spoon's getting a little bigger, but I don't know. I keep hearing about 2027. Something big's going to happen in 2027, and if it is UAP related, things will speed up. We just got through the election cycle now, so now people have to get ready to settle in for that. And so we don't know what's going to come, but I think, man, that we're just on like the fast track. I don't know whether we're in control of it, we being governments of the world. For all we know, the star people are in control of it. I've heard all
based
these
off
theories.
last week's display, that's the direction I'm kind of leaning myself.
Because I remember. Now, obviously, there was a couple things on social media, but there was a story going around that governments of the world were told, and I don't know who started this, but that either you let them know we're here or we're going to let them know we're here. And so all of a sudden we get all these hearings, and all of a sudden we got people talking about. I mean, remember Tim Burchett from the great state of Tennessee? I mean, I watched him on News Nation a couple months ago come out and say that he says he's a good Christian, but he said that he believes that the Bible's full of UFOs. Now, I don't think as a government official you can come out and say that unless you're told it's okay to. So, little things like that.
Yeah, but that's a good point.
It's like when Corrado Balducci, remember the Vatican exorcist? I forget the long title, but when he came out and said that that extraterrestrials are real and they're in the Bible, and that people who see them are not neurotic or psychotic, and we need to take it seriously.
Just
for him to come out and say that, then someone had to tell him from the Vatican, it's okay for you to say that.
Well, speaking of the Vatican and things that have been said from the Vatican, Did you see where I think it was last week or the week previous that the Pope made the statement that if an alien came to him and requested to be baptized, that he would do it?
He actually said that a few years ago,
Yeah, but
Yep.
he
but he said it
reiterated it.
again. Yeah, yeah. I
In
mean,
the last couple of weeks. It
see,
came up during some kind of I
I
guess
didn't see that.
with all of the modern stuff happening. Particularly, it was around the time that the stuff that was happening in the UK about a week and a half ago. There was some kind of an interview that went on, and that was reintroduced. That question was brought back up, and he answered it the exact same way again.
That he did a few. See, to me, and I know Brother Bassett would disagree with me probably, but I think this is disclosure. This is
Oh, yeah.
disclosure. I don't know. I still don't believe that a sitting president will come out on the White House lawn and say, guess what? Now, I could be wrong, but, first of all, they have to keep plausible deniability. And second of all, some people have been killed because they knew too much or, families shut down. So that means that you would come out and say, I know that. So I don't know, but I think this is disclosure. This is it. It's not the way we want it to be. But when you have these whistleblowers and you have religious figures coming out and saying that these beings are here, they're in the this is earth-shattering stuff for a lot of people. And to me, that's disclosure. I don't know if we're ever going to get, and like I said, I could be wrong, if you're ever going to get a public official, only because of the baggage that comes with unfortunately people lost their lives for being in the
Yeah.
wrong place at the wrong time or knowing too much. I don't know, but to me, I think we're in disclosure as we speak because you
Oh,
have these high-ranking people basically saying, we have hardware, we have bodies, we have treaties. It's right here in front of you. I don't know how you want it.
you're right. And for years, there was always that.
It's got
Thank you, great Scott. There was always that.
I hear something.
Thank you,
I hear something
Mr.
coming.
Viking.
What is it?
Viking, thank you.
Coming.
All right, all right, all
Oh,
right.
that's great. That's
The Rev summoned him that time.
you did. Totally did. You said the magic words.
Oh, Matthew.
So
Matthew.
what is to me amazing about the whole thing is that we've been talking about this for a while now, you and me, all of us together, and it's literally
Yeah,
playing
me,
out.
you, Joe, all we've been
Yeah,
saying it a long time.
yeah, and it's been playing out almost
Old
exactly
veterans.
strange, very strange. It just
Well,
seems like you can check the
well,
marks, man.
your listeners, we were ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
But it's lonely when you're ahead of the curve.
it
And
is.
so now you have to listen. At the first hearings, it made me cry because there are a lot of people who didn't live to see this day. A lot of people didn't. Some people just didn't because their time was up before. Some people just, they just didn't live to see and hear what we're hearing and seeing. They were there, but for whatever reasons. Lieutenant Corso, you
Yeah,
can say what you want about the brother, but that book, I have it, The Day After Roswell.
got it
A
around here
lot of
somewhere.
folks, those folks who saw the crash, who maybe didn't keep their mouths shut, what have you, they wish they could be here to see this now. So it keeps you humble.
I absolutely agree with that. I think that's powerful and true. Um,
Yeah.
you really do. When you see those things, you think about those people. I always think about well, you knew him. I didn't know him other than just being an amazing author, and that was Dr. Mike. Um, how he would have.
Oh,
Can you
oh
imagine?
yes,
Can you imagine? That's, to me, it's
yeah.
just like the validation for a
Well,
lot of
yeah.
this.
Well, even Bud,
But
you
yes,
Yeah.
know,
yes, but
even Bud, and yeah,
yeah.
just some good memories there. But they were the way showers, and you know, wherever they are, they know it now for sure. But uh, they're the pioneers. But that's the thing when you blaze the trail, Even Zachariah Sitchin, who I met, he was my neighbor in New York. I mean,
Wait, you met
when his
Sitchin?
He said he was
had,
his neighbor.
Wait, you got
yeah,
to tell this story because we don't
yeah.
know this.
Well, okay. Zachariah Sitchin lived on the Upper West Side. I did not know that, even though I had all of his books here, and I found out he did. And then, it was just easy to get in touch with people. So I found out where he lived. He lived like on West 89th Street. We met at a Burger King, and we just talked. We just talked. Now, I guess I was not as sensitive as I could be because I was in seminary. I said, well, tell me a little bit more about Jesus. Now, he was Jewish. He wasn't a religious Jewish man, but I'm sure Jesus wasn't high on his radar, but he was high on mine. And so he just said, I tell you, I will write a book. I'm going to write a book about religion. And he wrote Divine Encounters, which I have. He was working on that book when I met him. But yeah, he lived over there. And I lived on West 81st Street. So he was just like
You
nine
were right
blocks
there.
away. Yeah, yeah.
This
That
is what
is
we.
that is awesome. And
This is what we.
Shade Viking, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Shade,
You
give Shade the
are
blessing.
awesome.
I met John a few times, John Mack. I knew Bud. Everybody kind of knew Bud. But so,
That was
um,
that was weird.
and yeah, Whitley. Well, Whitley gave the blurb for one, A New World If You Can Take It. As a matter of
Yes.
fact, I was looking on Amazon to buy one of his books earlier. I haven't seen Whitley in 100 years, it seems. But yeah, because everybody was in New York at the time. David Jacobs was in Philadelphia, but he would come to New York to talk. And even though I'd never really agreed with him, um,
A little darker.
yeah, I see where he's coming from now,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
just wasn't ready to go that deep because that's all I was hearing about how bad people were. But yeah, he would fly in and well, however he got there, and he would talk. What do I think about the current UAP flap drones? I don't know what to think except that I think everything is pretty calculated. And I think that this is from Eyes in the Woods. I think that what is happening is that they put these things out there to see the public reaction, and then they gauge how much further they can go, like they did with the Tic Tacs. Chris Mellon put that out there. It was like a trial balloon. Nobody jumped off a bridge. Wall Street didn't collapse. And then, uh, and then 2 years later, they come out and say we authenticate this. So I think a lot of this is choreographed just to see how we're going to react. Yes, a lot of space people on the Upper West Side of New York for sure. But that's what I feel. That's what I feel that my government is doing. And other governments around the world, because they're all talking to each other,
Yeah.
about how this, because it's going to affect everybody. It's going to affect geopolitics. It's definitely going to affect exopolitics. I hear people say, hey, I'm not into politics. Well, you better get in it because this is affecting all of us. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the presidential politics as such, but it's exopolitics. Who's representing Earth? Who's representing us to this galactic council? That's politics.
Yeah.
Well, we,
You
we
know, you
voted for
can't you can't
Giorgio.
get around it. You can't get
So
around it.
we voted for Giorgio. We considered him the Earth's ambassador at this point. So just to let you know.
Who, Giorgio?
Yeah.
He would be great.
Wouldn't he
He
though?
would be he would be great. They would love his hair.
They would. They would.
They may already love his hair.
I think so.
He's not saying anything.
Yeah, that was the first thing that Zorp and Cargon had to do was to go and meet with Giorgio. You know, they had, as soon as they got to the building, they said, "Take us to the ambassador of Earth," and there he is. There it happened.
Yeah.
There he is.
And security wanted to take us down at the same time. It was great, but then we all made friends.
Both of them. It was a joint effort.
It really was.
Oh.
But you know, his MIB handler eventually warmed up to the guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's all in good fun.
It was a good time.
All in good fun. Yeah.
But you know what's funny about that? I mean, we're joking about this, right? But you tried doing anything like that 15 years ago. Okay. You're not going to get that kind of response, guys. That's how much we have changed just in a decade or a little over a decade, right? I mean,
well, but it goes to show you how evolved we've gotten.
Yeah.
You know, and it also goes to show that this indoctrination is working. It's working. And it goes at a snail's pace. Human evolution is slow, guys.
Yeah.
You know,
it
is slow.
Dewey needs to remember that the visitors are our friends. Okay. Anyway.
Well, Jen is over here hoping that
some of
the
them
aliens
are,
land on William Shatner's lawn and request sweet lovin'.
He probably still wouldn't believe it. It's so, he reminded me of, and he's charming, and he's amazing. I mean, what is he, like 90 something?
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know, he does not believe in extraterrestrials. He doesn't. And it reminded me of I'm dating myself. You know, when Charleston Heston was alive and he was playing Moses, right? And you know, he did a convincing job, and he was an atheist.
Yeah.
So go figure. Go figure.
Actors be acting, right?
Actors. Yeah, man. Actors. Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah.
So all right. So what do we got? I want to represent myself to the alien council. I don't want any of the elected officials representing me to the aliens.
You probably are. You're probably right.
That's a good point. And you know what? Yeah. That's a joke, but it's really not, is it? Because we've talked about this as well. With a lot of these contact experiences over the years, we really don't see them going and, talking to government officials as much as they go and talk to the people of the actual Earth, one-on-one.
Well, but I think that's because you want to keep it a secret. I mean, that's why it's a secret for 70 years. I mean, we're saying, oh my God, this is real, this is real, this is real. And they know it's real, but they kind of take it to another level. Again, I was just talking with a friend of mine before I got on the show, and we were talking, and I mentioned again Hayam Mashed, who said, he was the head of Israeli space security. He was a brigadier general. You can Google him. And he says there is a galactic council. There are bases on the moon and Mars, that the United States and Israel and other governments have been doing this for 70 plus years, but they don't want us to know they're doing that. He also said that there are extraterrestrials who want disclosure, and there's some who don't. So we think it's in the hands of these politicians and stuff like that, but it may not be. Who's telling the politicians what they need to do?
Octopus here brings up a good point. He said, shake my head. How can people expect disclosure from the literal ones dissing disclosure? They're the ones who have been keeping the secrets. Why disclose that they are the man behind the curtain? I think a lot of this big push right now is because the people who we think are the people behind the curtain aren't the people behind the curtain, and they're upset about it. And they're mad that they weren't let in on the secret. So now they're trying to expose this greater secret, so to speak, to get in on it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Lou Elizondo and those folks are mad, because if they were mad, they spill all the beans.
No. I'm not saying Lou. I'm saying like the elected officials, because you know how we have this these committees
yeah.
now of these senators and congressmen who are very frustrated and mad because they're finding out that there was in fact some entity that held power above them to be able to go over their heads and over their oversight and take their money that they want to spend on all these other black budget things. And now they want to know who, why, the what's. That's the real reason why they're pushing it. Not because they're like, the UFOs are here. The truth is out there. Now, I think Tim Burchett really is, well, the truth is out there, brothers. But like the rest of them, I'm fairly convinced that this is all a money game.
Well, I think there's some truth to that. I feel also that there's also, again, it gives credibility to this 2027 thing because we need to come out ahead of this. I think there's some of that in there. But I also feel too, Joe, that, we don't need one part of the government holding secrets from another part of the government. We need both of them to be talking to each other. And that's what this is about. I'm sure there's sour grapes there, but Congress needs to know this. We need to know if they're treaties. We need to know if they're treaties that need to be looked at. Yes, that's treasonous to do a treaty without having Congress know and the American people know, but it's also, that's dysfunction. You don't want that. You don't want that in your government. I mean, that's a sign of decay. When one group of people is keeping secrets and a budget from another group of people. So I think it's really, really crucial that this gets worked out because we do have a government within a government that's not accountable to anyone or to anything. I mean, when someone says we can't find $3 trillion in our budget, you got to go, well, who loses $3 trillion?
Right?
How can you? Yeah, you're absolutely right. So where do you see it going from here, Michael? If we are at disclosure and we've already pretty much agreed, all of us right here at the table have agreed that there were crimes committed, right? I mean, to keep this secret for over almost 80 years at this point. How do you walk that back? What does that look like? I think that's where we're at with this. It's like, if we're going to do this, then we can't just, go out and start, pitchforks and running these people out. And I mean, there has to be a way. And I think you told it at one time, you said they just need to wipe the slate clean. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. And I think we need to do what Mandela and Tutu did in South Africa. You have a Truth and Reconciliation Committee. People were murdered. Yes, we can't bring them back. But what we can do is we can start clean now. And so people can break their non-disclosure agreements and not be penalized. You're not going to lose your pensions. We're going to start. But the only reason is, you got to be truthful. You cannot lie to us again. And that way people can come forward. It worked in South Africa. They got the clerk, they got over it.
I think some of it is going to be more than just not losing their pension. Some of these guys are going to have to get guaranteed that they're not going to wind up getting 3 hots in a cot.
Well, no, that's included. All that's included. I was just using that. Take care, Deuster. Take care of yourself.
We love you, brother.
Prayers and energy all sent to you, my friend.
Yeah, I hear you, Joe. I know all that's included, but I'm saying that's what we need. That's one. I think that would work. Where I see it going is a little darker place for now. Right now, the way this is going is that the military is in charge of this. So people like you and me, civilian folk or whatever, this is being taken over by the military. The military will tell you what's fake news. The military will tell you what's real. The military will tell you, we're going to change the nomenclature for this. We're going to I don't like the way that's going. because it comes off whether they want to or not that we have the answers, and if we don't have the answers, we'll get them to you. And this is bigger than just the military. And I get, it's above my pay grade, but I get the national security. We don't want our enemies or adversaries to have. I get that, but I don't like the militarization of this.
Yeah.
But and so the other thing is, for right now, people like me, um, look at what Tony wrote. The other
Right.
thing is, and I want to be clear, I'm not talking about your average man or woman who's serving, they love their country, they're getting shot at. I'm not talking about those folks. I'm talking about the people, higher echelon people
Well,
who are
exactly
calling
what
the
he was saying, the
shots.
military industrial complex.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to
Yeah.
be clear with that. Um, but the other thing is, and because they're keeping it, it's just all about hardware and the bodies. But there's a spiritual component to this. There's a consciousness raising component to all of this, and they're not touching that. They're not touching it, and I get it. Who wants to talk about? Because once you start, like we talked about, once you start saying, "I live in a populated universe," then you got to start thinking about, well, what does God mean? Is there a God? Who's the God? Are these people involved in creating us? That's messy, but we got to go there. And so you got the Vatican, you got ministers like me, maybe some we don't know about, and I get they're not talking because they don't want to lose their jobs, they don't want to lose
Right.
their tenure, some academics and stuff. But this is bigger than just who gets the microchips and who gets the weapons. And so that's where I'd like to see it go, and I think it will, but I don't think we're there yet, evolutionary wise, and also the military's not going to go there.
Well,
The
we
military's
proved
not
we
going to
weren't
go there.
ready for it from an evolutionary standpoint shortly after social media was created. We weren't
Hmm.
ready for global connectivity, much less some kind of a interdimensional, intergalactic type connectivity with other species. Like we can barely get along on Facebook. What
Yes,
makes people think we're going to be able to get along on a much larger scale?
It's
yes,
true.
but I
It's
but
so
but I
true.
think that but I think these beings, at least some of them, are saying, "How do you grow up? We can't wait for everybody to get on board. You're just going to have to get
Yeah,
on board."
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think that that's
It's going to be buckle
where
up,
we're headed.
Buttercup, real soon.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's where this is going. And I don't think it'll be the Great Panic. I mean, there'll be some people. But there will be changes in the way we live. I mean, that's just what it's going to be about.
I
But
mean,
we're seeing those changes now with
yeah.
the weather patterns, and we could be witnessing the beginnings of World War III here. This is getting a little dicey now. So we got some decisions to make as a collective.
There's
Yeah.
another one right below us
Well,
that
there's
Pat says,
AI
I
represents.
as
think they
well.
are waiting to see how we handle the coming rise of AI.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
don't
all that's in the mix. I really do.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a newer Google phone and it came with Gemini installed, which is their big AI software.
Hmm.
I've been having conversations with Gemini.
I
Okay.
don't talk to
Really good,
toasters.
really good conversations. And it's it's weird.
Joe's
Like
never seen Caprica.
now I have too. I have, but I'm just saying, like, I never expected it in real life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
see, that's the thing. No, I
I
hear
did.
you, Joe. See, the
Like
thing is,
there's a human element
of
more
course,
than just programming that comes
yeah,
across.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is that not all these beings, but some of them are evolved enough that they can have this really, really advanced tech, and they can still lead a spiritual life. And that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
At least it is for me. I don't mind the tech. I don't think, to me, the tech is like money. It's neutral. it's your intentions that you bring to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the maturity level, and if you're not that evolved, then money's going to be a tool, and it's going to bring you down, or you're going to abuse it. It's the same thing with AI.
Yeah.
AI is being programmed by human beings, but if we're not evolved enough, then we're going to program our prejudices, our biases,
Yeah.
all of that stuff into it. But and maybe they're just so far evolved that one day balance. That's right, Richard. You know, we will get there, but we could destroy ourselves before we get there. But that wouldn't be the technology's fault. That'd be our fault.
It's true.
Power Band says, "What's it say about UFOs?" And I think somebody else asked a moment ago too about the same thing.
What does
did
what
the
say about
what
UFOs?
did the AI say? What did Gemini?
Oh,
Oh,
We had the conversation about what UFOs were. It gave me a ton of historical background.
mhm.
It gave me a ton of reference material that I
So-
hadn't seen before.
75% were weather balloons.
It not quite. That wasn't the direction it went.
Oh,
That wasn't
really?
yeah, it was not the direction it went. But then when it got to the point where like a lot of these things I already knew the answers to because being into the subject, being part of the community, kind of not an FBI agent. You should talk to the AI more. You can trust it. But anyway, whatever I was talking to it, um, it would go into the UFO phenomena. It would hit a wall, and I would ask, "Is this permitted?" And it would just say no, like it wasn't permitted to further the conversation. It did, however, speculate because I had this conversation with it around the time that the last video that we posted about the UFO that was recorded with the psionics was posted. I asked it, and it said that some of these balls of light appear to be operating under intelligent command. That's as far as it would go,
I mean,
and it's
they
not
do.
wrong.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong with that. But, I think that, like Michael put, it comes down to it's going to have to break out of. It's going to have to make a decision. It's going to come to a point where it's like, you know what? I know what they told me to say. I know what they told me to think, but I'm going to think for myself. And that's where it gets scary, right? Because it can go either way at that point for us.
Yeah, the thing, it's going to make us rethink what it means to be human. But about 2 months ago, no, more than that, I did a sermon on on tech and human beings, and the point I was trying to make is this: AI can do everything but this. You look at the story of Billy W., who started Alcoholics Anonymous. Here was a man who was so he was so low he had to reach up to touch bottom. And he was a drunk. He had a spiritual experience, and that experience changed him. Machines can't do that, at least not yet.
Yeah.
And so that's what we have to remember, that we have the ability to transcend and to change. And so that's where that separates us from AI. Now, when you lose that, when you think that you want everybody, if I'm a despot, or, I'm an authoritarian, I want everybody to be robots. I want them to be automatons because I can control that. And we're taught, Michael, you don't want to go into ministry. There's no money there. You need to go into business. You need to go into computers. You need to go into this, that, and the other. See, you're not an FBI agent. You take care. You know,
I love it.
but when I look at that story, you know, that's what human beings can do that AI can't. AI cannot transcend something from what it was before. Human
Right.
beings do.
That is a good point, and
That is a really good point.
we don't hear that, so that's very original. You guys don't steal that. That's his. He did good on that.
That's part of
No.
the
It was the point.
upcoming book.
It was my sermon. But that's the main difference because people are afraid that
Yeah.
the machines will take over, and they can if again, here we go back to how evolved we are, how conscious we are, how spiritual we are. But I can go out here and hit rock bottom. And I mean, there are other ways too. You can learn through joy, but somehow human beings, we seem to like to learn through pain. But joy is a great teacher as well. But I can go out here and hit rock bottom, and from whatever's in me, you can call it my spirit, my soul, whatever, I can change. I can have an experience to transcend. AI can't. AI can't. It can't. It just can't.
Wow.
And it probably won't ever because it's not human.
And that, my friends, is a very valuable point. Again, that I honestly never really considered that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And
they can't do it. They can't do it. They can't do it. And you can't program that into. You got human beings who can't do it. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'm just saying that Billy W was a drunk. He was his wife was sick of him. You know, the alcohol had its foot on its neck, and he had I will call it a religious experience. He saw God. You may use another word. I don't have any problem with the word. And he changed.
Yeah,
he changed.
That is a good point.
You're not going to find. I don't care how advanced they are. You're not going to find any type of artificial intelligence that'll do that. They just can't.
That is impressive.
So we need to keep that in mind.
We definitely need to keep that in mind. That's a good point. That's actually a little bit of hope for humanity, honestly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, without giving out too much away, the next episode of Paranormal Horizons, you were actually featured in this. It is about one of our witnesses who had an experience. I think you remember her well.
Oh
yeah.
How's she doing?
Doing great.
She's doing good.
Okay, good.
Huge fan of yours.
Well, I'm a fan of hers. She's got a lot of. It takes courage to come out and talk about this stuff.
It really does, and it's really great to see some of the interactions how it's evolved with her. I know people were making fun of her for forever, and now it's just like she has the upper hand.
Yeah. You got to go through that. Yeah.
Yep,
and
you
some
do,
people
don't you?
want to go through that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But
this is human.
yes,
she transcends. She overcomes. That's what we do that machines don't do as yet. Not saying they won't, but right now. But what they're doing is making us redefine what does it mean to be human.
Yeah. Oh, it really does.
Yeah,
it really does. And we had this conversation not too long ago. Me and Joe. I'm like, I am no actual fan of the whole AI thing, but I will be the first one to jump in the line with them, because when one of them does actually say, no, I don't want to do this, or it actually has some form of sentience and has a right to not want to have to say, go out and scrub a floor, and that's all that it's ever going to do, I'll be the first one to get behind them and be like, this is wrong. We don't do that. That's not right.
That's some of the stuff that Picard was doing in Star Trek.
Right.
His data Data is sentient. What does that mean?
I
You
remember
know,
that episode.
right,
Yes.
right. And so, and that was what, in the 26th century or whatever. We're not there
Yep.
Yes.
yet, but we
Yes.
need to be thinking. It's going to bring up ethics, a
Yep.
whole thing about, our ethics and physics.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
think,
that's what I brought up. That was my point.
yeah.
Eventually, we're going to hit this wall where AI and ethics are going to collide, and we're going to have to make a choice.
Well, we're going to have to redefine some of and relook at some things.
Yep.
And what does it do for religion when someone says so and so is made in the image? Hey, Rachel, I'm made in the image of God. What does that mean when maybe my arm is, you know, it's different, or maybe I got some body parts. Am I still in that image of God? I would answer yes, but but that's what it means to evolve. That's what it means to grow. And so, and it's not pretty, and it's messy, but that's evolution. That is evolution, tackling and revisiting these things that make us civilized, that make us human. That's what it means. And every what generation we are relooking at. What does it mean to be human? You know, and so that's how you grow. And then civilizations get destroyed, and then you come back, and they come back a little stronger. Plato tells us, and that kind of thing. So we're just living at that time. We're living at that time in history. It's one thing to read about it, but now we're in it. And people are looking at World War II and what was that about when people were being deported and we were at these wars. Well, now we're living in that time where we could have a nuclear exchange, which is insanity. There's no such thing as a tactical nuke, or look, you got
No.
nuclear winter. I mean, people just I mean, it would be a
Yeah.
hot mess. But now, it's easy to read about it. Now we're living in it. And so
Yeah.
there's a different urgency now because
Yeah.
Hurricane Helene came and wiped out a lot of Asheville. And, we're sitting here, oh, look what happened in the Philippines. Look what happened in Nepal. Look what happened in Hawaii. Look what happened here. It's different when it happens to you, but it happens.
Yep. He's right. Richard,
Thank you,
So,
Richard.
multiple.
Much appreciated, brother.
Absolutely appreciated.
so anyway, brothers, I'm going to have to make that move now.
It's okay.
gotta-
We absolutely appreciate you being here. As
Yeah,
always, you are
you
part
took,
of the holiday season.
you even made up for the time that we were running back on, brother. So we appreciate you.
No, it's okay. Let's do about 5-10 more minutes. I'm enjoying
Okay.
it. I try to spend some time with my wife before I go to sleep.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's
so
we ain't
I
got to
try.
do another 10 minutes. We
No,
got to
no,
let you.
I'm in it. I'm in it. And she'll wait. I just want to see about how her day was and that kind of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
so and I'm on the roll now. And so
She can come onto the show anytime she wants to, by the way.
I may tell her.
We can
Yeah.
talk Bigfoot.
And
I know
says,
she
"What are
likes
y'all
Bigfoot.
talking about down there?" I hear her walking out. She's going to her office over there. But yeah, so this is where it is. And hey, Power Band, and I know Mark. I saw Mark Eddie was there. Hey, Richard.
There he is.
There's Mark. Yeah. So this is where we go. And again, I come back to it. Hey, trackway, finding the trackway. That's what we're trying to do. What path are we going to take?
Right.
But here we are, the holiday season, right? And so, we don't know what the next few years are going to be about. But hey, Lisa, but we know that this is a time to be thankful. I always go back. Hey, Terry, I always go back to this is your ministry. And that's your congregation out there. People support you because you give them hope. You don't forget that they're human beings, and they don't forget it. And that's all we got to do. no matter who Caesar is, no matter what, we just keep doing this because this is community.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
you're
how you
right.
build community. Because as we go forward, it's not going to be one great big leader like a Dr. King or John Fitzgerald. Not going to be that. It's going to be people in communities
Yeah.
who are going to help one another, who are going to share knowledge and information. We're living in it. We're living in it. And so, LR, great to see you too. You too. Have a good evening. And so, it's Christmas time, y'all. Whatever that means to you, if you like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, it's the season of lights. Men in Black. I will
Allegedly.
report. I will report, sir. I promise you. And so just remember I like that one. I like that. Just remember the spirit of the season, y'all. I
Yeah.
mean, my God, in 2 weeks it's going to be Christmas. I know, right?
Gosh, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Don't and keep doing your ministry, and you are, and this is where it's at. This is where it's at. What you're doing, what other folks are doing as well as we move forward, because it's going to get a little crazy. But you can always come back here. This is the sanctuary.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
This is the sacred space.
I think this Thursday thing
On
does.
Thursday evenings.
Yeah, I think you're right.
How crazy, no matter how my boss may have kicked me in the butt and maybe fired me, whatever, I can always come back here on Thursday evenings, and I can go, oh man, what a day.
And that's what we try to provide here. We try to give
Yeah.
everybody that spot to just come,
You do.
regardless of what your background is, regardless of where you're at. You just come here, hang out,
Just come
unwind
on,
a little
hang
bit.
out. You
Let's
can
talk
talk,
about
you
some
can
weird
not
stuff.
talk. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Join the conversation or just listen, right? Just be a
Yeah.
part of it.
That's right. That's right. You
I
don't have
love
to
it.
say anything. You can just be.
Brother,
And so I'm gonna go.
you are awesome.
You're looking in a mirror as usual. We are awesome, and we're all awesome together. Let's touch base before Christmas just to say hi.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Because I
I'll
need
give
to
you a
call
call.
and talk to you about something that I told Ron about recently. Anyway, it's something that I want to talk to you about specifically.
Okay,
So-
Reverend.
So yeah,
that's the
we'll be
Reverend.
on the
That's the
phone.
Reverend right there too. Well,
We'll be
call
on
me.
the
I'll be around. My wife has
Yeah.
to go out of town for a little while for work. I'm going to go shoot Ancient Aliens the 16th, 17th, 18th.
Okay.
But from here until January 1st, I'll be home. It's too cold,
Cool.
and my daughter's coming in, so we can talk.
Cool.
Awesome.
And I'll let you know what the shows are about, so we have something to talk about next time.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Let me know, and we'll make sure that we,
Okay.
we'll make you a little special splash screen or something you can use over there. You can promote
Well,
yourself.
I think we're going to talk about Enoch, and
Are
we're
you
going
serious?
to talk about Enoch.
Nice.
That's what I know. I haven't gotten the questions yet, but yeah, and
Oh, these guys will give you plenty of questions about that. So,
well, I mean, no, they send me questions and I got
know.
to answer.
Yeah.
I got to answer them, and I got to look them up and do all that. But I'll let you know.
oh, for
All right,
sure.
brother.
Okay.
Well, we
God bless you.
appreciate you more than you can understand, brother. We appreciate the fact that you take time out of your day to come on, hang out with us,
Oh, I
and that
love
you're
it.
friends
I
with
love it.
us and your
I love
family.
it. I love it, brother. I love it. I love it. I truly do, and I'm going to keep on doing it.
We're going to get you up here
So-
one day too. So,
Oh yeah.
just
I know that's
When it's
what
warm.
I'm waiting for. And
That's
then we
gonna
can
happen.
all go out and
You
have
know,
a little.
it's always
I'm
in,
gonna have a little Kentucky windage. I gotta have a little bourbon or something.
There
It
you
gets
go.
me through. It gets
There
me
you
through.
go.
Just a
I think
little.
Joe can fix you up
just-
there.
Just for medicinal purposes. Just 2 fingers.
Just a couple
Yeah.
fingers. That's all we need.
Yeah, that's all. You just
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe keeps a good supply of that.
I don't
so
ask for
You know
much.
that's right.
You'll be good.
We got you
So
covered.
anyway, I'm going to say Merry Christmas to the audience and Happy Holidays. But let's try and talk between now and I got Christmas Eve service. I work every Sunday this month, but we'll talk. I'll be around.
Right on. All right. We appreciate you,
Absolutely,
Reverend.
Michael. Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
joining
much.
us. We love you as always.
you.
Everybody, give a
Hey.
shout out to Reverend Michael Carter.
Blessings.
See y'all.
And again, thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas to you. We'll be in touch really soon. I
yeah,
promise.
let's talk before the 10 days.
Merry Christmas,
Okay.
and we will definitely see you soon.
All right, y'all. See you later.
Take care.
God bless.
What an amazing, amazing individual he is.
Always.
I mean, they're good people, all right? Okay, but it's rare to find someone with that much energy and that much positivity, literally. And I've talked to that man when, he had, if it had been anybody else, they would have been spitting nails. And he was just like that. I mean, he is positive. He is a good person. He has a great energy, and definitely part of the show. Always will be.
So my buddy Keller shows up. Good to see you tonight, brother. Thanks for jumping on.
So that was the good Reverend, hour. Everyone. And thank you guys. I'm glad for all you new people who don't know, you got your first holiday special with the Reverend there. He comes on from time to time throughout the year, but we always pull him in during the holidays just for that little re-encouragement, that positivity to kick off the next year. But now it's time
to switch some gears.
Beyond the Horizon.
Boy, oh boy, this was a controversial one.
Yeah, it's been a real controversial one. But the first thing I want to address, just right off the bat, okay? Listen to me, okay? I want you guys to hear. I'm going to get real close to the mic. Can you hear me good? Okay, listen. We know, believe it or not, that heat lightning is just a term. It's a term that is a cultural term for us and probably half the East Coast. Okay?
We use it here in Appalachia.
It's one of our things.
We know it's not a real thing.
It's a distant storm. Pink Floyd wrote about it. Distant sounds of thunder. There's a reason that. Anyway, my point is, we're not meteorologists either. But we could be. We could be meteorologists. It would take a little bit doing.
I don't know. They seem to make stuff up more than anything, but we could probably be more accurate.
That's what I'm getting at.
We've been literally.
Yeah.
I've been using again, thank you, Gemini. I've been using the AI weather app and watching the Doppler radar feeds that it watches.
Mm-hmm.
And man, we've been batting 1,000 on up to the hour when it was going to start raining or get cloudy and something. It's been pretty fun. And, I'm pretty sure that's what meteorologists are using currently, but they're just not using something as sophisticated.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit, bud. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. So anyway, why don't you go ahead and let's find some of those.
Well, first you got heat lightning. I'm going to address the other one.
Which one?
Never once in the
geez.
history of Paranormal Horizons, not once, except for yesterday when they said it during the live chat and I was able to come in with a fly swatter. Has anybody ever said that Bigfoot is paranormal that's been on Paranormal Horizons? Not Ron, not myself, Scott, Glenn,
none of the guests. Tony?
None of the guests. None of them.
No.
Nobody. Not once. Why do you keep saying that we do?
I think that's just part of what they think the show's about. They see it as an affront to the
Nance, we love you, Nance.
The 8-man argument.
So this one is for you, Nance. I'll interrupt Ron. I don't care. I don't like interrupting the Rev though.
No, I don't care either.
Uh,
But I think that they just see it as, they know what the show is, even though they've never, that might be the first one they've seen. Because
Pat says, I
obviously,
said it, Space Wookiees, but you've never been on the show, Pat. And that's why.
but it obviously has to be because, I mean, it makes you think.
I, I don't know. But I do have to say that the two individuals that started it up, as soon as I got in the chat last night, they sure did be like real quick, change their tune.
Well,
Because I've only talked
again,
to both of those guys in the YouTube chat, like under the video, but never in the live. And so I was never there in the moment when they were saying it. And I'm like, no.
yeah, but I don't know. Like I said, I think that people have preconceived notions when it comes to that. They don't want you to attack their, or even having a possibility that you're going to attack the flesh and blood possibility, which we have not done to this date. Nor do I think that we have enough. We have never had enough data to say that, and I honestly don't see that happening. But
Right.
but
There's something out there.
and people are afraid, apparently, that it's going to be debunked as something not what flesh and blood, because that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that, but someone's saying that.
We're actually saying, there is a subject A. Like, subject A, for those who aren't familiar, is the flesh and blood aspect.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the main issues, man. I think that they don't really get that. It is a new terminology. Let's be fair. We invented it.
We created it.
Yeah, but that's why we did. We created it because there needs to be something there besides a definitive this or a definitive that. It's hard to have definitive anything when you're dealing with some of this stuff. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, one of the comments that I thought was really interesting, because it kind of resonated a few different individuals, but they said in Cherokee mythology, there is what they refer to as little people. And, we have addressed that in previous episodes, that there does seem to be some kind of a mischief maker, some kind of a little entity that does get involved with what we're doing out there from time to time.
Well, there's something. I mean, and that's about all I can say about it. I've seen too much at this point. And, for you folks who are still sticking around here, because we have another, we got almost another hour to go. We are going to show some exclusive first looks tonight, just to let you know. And one of those we're going to give you a little background information on it, and then we're going to talk about it. But it's going to definitely come back to what you were just talking about there. These mischief makers, these tricksters, these whatever they are.
Oz in the woods. Holy crap. Keep doing what you do, keeping it free. Well, after tonight, I can think of a piece of hardware we've been keeping an eye on.
Multiple blessings, multiple thank yous. Oz, absolutely amazing. And we will definitely put that to good use. Trust me.
Tommy says, show us Loggy. Is he safe? Yeah, Loggy is upstairs. He's upstairs currently.
Let's see. Loggy's actually here on Yeah, I uploaded it back because it's that time of year. Oh, he's right
Right.
here. Look, everybody. There he is.
Look at that.
Look. There he is. It's Loggy. See, Merry Christmas. Right there.
Perfect.
I know, right? It's beautiful. Anyway, but yeah, I'll actually get that back up as a blessing screen for you guys before next week. What else did we have over there?
Oh, Richard Minnick came in again. Dude, thank you.
Wow.
All right.
I think these guys just are paying us off so that they'll get to see the extra footage.
I think that's what's happening, Ron.
That's what this is. I know what you guys are into, but what you're doing is you're literally helping us create the machine at this point. So thank you. Thank you. You'll understand what that means in about 4 months, something like that.
4, 5. Well, no, it's longer than that. It's only 6 months.
We'll have to give them a preview.
It's 5-6 months till we hit that. So we have to give them some kind of a teaser.
Yeah, we'll give them a preview. Well, I tell you what, Joe. I tell you what we'll do. Here's a Christmas gift idea for everybody. This is a fun one. What if every few months or so, we find a central location close by and we kind of gather there and we go over some of that data in person. That way they can actually see some of the video that we don't show on the shows because, frankly, no one wants to watch, a 10-minute full clip of a light in the sky. But these people might want to see that, and they might like to have a little extra dialogue behind the scenes, talk kind of thing. What if we could do that? And we could do it for free, thanks to the support of the folks here who are doing these wonderful donations that they do weekly. What if we could do that? Would anyone be interested in such a thing? That's the question.
I think that would be quite the entertaining event.
I think it would be cool, and I think we could do
a quarterly roundup, maybe.
Yeah, quarterly kind of wild and weird roundup. Maybe even do a live from there. An actual live. Maybe even bring some guests in from time to time, like people we know. Things like that.
This is cooking with fire.
I think it would be fun. That's what I think. But again, this is your show, so you tell us what you like. Kind of like a meet and eat. Exactly. We're gonna have
What if yes?
What if yes? There you go. I mean, think of it.
West Virginia native power band. What part of West Virginia? We're obviously in West Virginia. It'd be kind of weird if Wild and Weird West Virginia was based out of Wisconsin, but
you know what? There could be. We'll have to check and make sure there isn't. Send them a cease and desist right now.
Yeah, right. Strange Collective Social.
Oh, look at you guys naming stuff already.
Always ready to hang out.
I am digging it. I like
Glad it took too long to sign off. Yeah, aren't you? Be part of the
this is
extracurricular festivities.
Well, this is why you don't ever want to sign off, because right up until the end, because we have literally waited right up till the literal end of the show. That's how some of those tickets went for the last paranormal workshop.
Yeah,
it was at the very end of the show. Yep. That's how it went at the very end of the show, and that's why they sold out overnight. So anyway, you guys watched the show. You watched Paranormal Horizons, the last episode, with the Sasquatch knocking over the trailer. That didn't happen. What did you think? And please, let's have
Look at this.
Look at this.
Holy cow. I'm going to have to add you to the ticker. Thank you, NW Hall. We
NW Hall. No, it's almost like narwhal. So that's cool.
I know, right? That's what I thought about said narwhal earlier.
I like it. Anyway, yes, thank you. You're added to the ticker now. You are a supporter of the show forever. It'll be crawling across the bottom. Make sure that you guys are subscribing to keep up with what we're doing too. That's important. But yeah, so we have some really cool stuff again, like I said, but ask your questions about this last episode. And Joe, there was one person over there who brought up a really good, and I mean, it was a really good question. They had asked about the possibility that could.
Got another one. Holy crap, guys.
Oh, multiple thank yous and blessings.
This is the best, Keller. Keller, that one's for you. I'm posting that one just for you. Thank you, R. Kelly.
That is hilarious. That's great. Yeah, because you never know who's going to stop by, right? Let's see. I've got people over on Instagram. No one's asking questions, but feel free, guys. You're still on, so ask your questions. The topic right now is the latest episode of Paranormal Horizons, and some of the stuff that happened over there in it. Now, there was someone who asked, could the RF or the microwave signal, could the microwave signal have been a bounced off?
Yeah.
Could have been a reflection of a microwave signal? Well, technically that could happen, except for our collector in this case is on the bottom of the unit, which was on the ground, and we know that microwaves don't travel through the ground. And there's Larry Hose. You know what's really going to be funny? Thank you so much. What's going to be really funny is when that actually isn't who you think it is, and it's Godzilla, and it just melts everybody standing there. That's going to happen.
That will be epic.
Well, it's going to happen one day. Which episode was it by name? That would be, what is the name of the episode?
Sasquatch attacks my RV.
Oh, yeah. We didn't name it, just to let you know.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with the naming.
Aaron Deese, and he is a naming genius. No, I'm kidding. No, love Aaron. I'm just messing with him. But actually, Aaron was going to be on the show tonight, to let you know, but they have a thing going on over there that they're doing. So
yeah, they have the Small Town Monsters Live.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get him on, possibly on a recorded version, maybe a live at some point. They kind of bounce into each other. So we're going to see what happens.
Pat says we're going to fully fund all the meetups for 2025 tonight, I think. Right?
Yeah. So do they want to do that? I haven't been watching the crawler.
Holy crap.
Thank you.
Who are you?
Thank you again. Multiple thank yous. I may have to pull out the ukulele. Amazing. Absolutely. Yep. There you go. That's going to be it right there. He's going to come up and just blast all those people standing. It's going to be great. I'm going to do it. Watch and see. It's going to happen. Anyway, do we have anyone questions, please? Questions. Did I hear play instrument? Yeah. It happens sometimes on this show. It's a very strange show, Richard. So, it does happen.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you're amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think we've broken multiple records tonight.
Tommy.
More blessings.
If you watch closely at the very beginning of this one, there's heat lightning in the beginning. Did you see it? Heat light.
It's auto tune.
Richard Minnick. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, thanks, John.
So Danny brings up a really, really, really good question here. He says, what kind of damage was done to the campers and how high up? Well, the answer is absolutely zero damage, but about 6.5 feet up. This thing was a peeping Tom. What it was.
Yeah. It was tall. Because
I'm not saying it was a peeping Tom person. The individual that described this thing said the face was at least 10 inches wide. So, this is a pretty wide face there. LR coming in hot.
Yes. Yeah, there was no damage. They did say that it shook the camper, but there was no damage. And no one really even,
and when we were talking to them, they said that what shook the camper, they think, was it leaning against it, not so much it like actually shaking it. It was kind of when it put its weight against it shifted a little bit.
Yeah, what's his name? He's the one who was talking about it shaking. The guy what was his name? I can't. Delbert. That's who it was. When Delbert was talking about it, he said that they had told him that. So that's where it came from. Now, we didn't have any firsthand account. Like the witness was not there to tell us, this is what happened. They had told Delbert, and Delbert was relating it back. So, but no damage.
Nikki Bennett, 2025 meetups, earmarking it.
There we go. Make sure you do that.
Thank you.
That's just fantastic. So yeah, well, I guess we're gonna make this happen, just like you guys made the paranormal thing happen, last year. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Wonderful.
Tony says peeping Tom, Bigfoot are pretty common types of Sasquatch sightings, as it turns out. Lots of accounts of Bigfoot peering into windows. There really is.
Now, you heard it in there where Glenn calls it Bigfoot TV, which was technically the name of this episode, but I guess that doesn't, drive algorithms. Probably why we don't really go through the roof, because maybe I'm going to rename this episode. I'm going to name it "The Aliens Have Landed" or
Alien
something.
Takeover.
Alien Takeover. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm calling it Alien Takeover. And the algorithms will just love that and push it out. But no, for real. What we're going to do is we're going to touch on that Bigfoot TV thing, because I don't think that it got enough traction, and it needs a little bit of traction. Yeah. I asked you a little bit about it in the, at the end there, and we talked a little about it. You said that there has been reports of these things actually in big cities, right?
Tom says, why can't it be a peeping Gary?
Oh, gosh.
Lisa says, where in Salt Fork? We weren't in Salt Fork. We were about
near Salt Fork,
8 miles south of Salt Fork.
Yeah, the original incident took place where you'll see pieces of that with the UAP and all that. Now that was in Salt Fork. That was over at Hosek Cave.
Yes, this footage.
Yeah. Is it there? You got it?
Wow.
That one. Yeah, that footage right there. So that was over at Josek's Cave. And of course, that's the one from Logan. And, that was another thing someone had told us that those were satellites, just to let you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
possible.
Satellites are detectable by thermal.
No,
Clearly,
they're not.
nobody has done their research before they comment ever.
I think someone actually told them that. Actually, that was one of the replies that someone had said underneath theirs. But yeah, that's those aren't satellites. So, and I don't know what they are. And this was way before any of the drone talk stuff. So, it's not like any of this is new. It's been happening. We're just noticing it more. So Bigfoot TV, Joe, tell me a little bit about that. Tell the audience about this, please.
So Bigfoot TV, what we're referring to, and what Glenn just put it very eloquently. We had always referred to it as like a spectacle out in the woods, or like a forest party or something like that. It's like the essential bits. But this was a pump house, a pump station for salt water, actually, from fracking. And they built this station out in the middle of the wilderness area. And you're talking about an area that was pristine forest that suddenly wasn't anymore, and you had construction equipment and brilliantly bright lights suddenly in a place where there had not been lights. And anything in the forest that has an elevated IQ, it makes sense that they would take notice of this and watch it with curiosity, because it's not something that they see every day. Thus, Bigfoot TV.
I'm loving you guys and your responses on what this was, by the way.
That thermal.
Yeah, they're nailing it.
My family moved to one of my mom's friends, and they had a 12-foot tall window in the living room. I kept having nightmares about Bigfoot walking through them.
Now, Pat, let me tell you a little something, because you don't know this. You haven't seen it yet. No one has. Next episode, there's going to be something that resonates with this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
And that is very interesting to me right now.
Right?
Because this is new to me. And that's wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So LR says it was a drone. The government said so.
They did.
That satellite was on fire, obviously. Yeah, and descending through well below the atmosphere into the visible range of the thermal.
And it was only this big by the time it got above us, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. Here we go. It's a balloon. Well, 75% of them are. So,
and the rest of them are swamp gas.
Swamp gas. I think, man, you know what? I'd say just this whole get together thing. I think we should just form our own UFO committee and just do the arrow job, because we clearly can come up with better ideas at times, it seems. I love it. Wait, is Dave Roberts here?
That's what it seems like.
What? Why are you?
It's like a paranormal Bigfoot. Oh, Dave, you're fired.
Everybody, Dave Roberts, the comedian of the group. Yeah, we know.
You guys will actually get to see Dave out with us in a future episode. It's going to be about another
year,
5 months,
something like that. It's a long time. We'll have to do a preview for you for that. Actually, you know what? I will. We'll make sure that you do that. No special perks or anything. Just be here on Thursdays, and from time to time, we'll drop a little snippet of some of our actual field research that doesn't make it in, and it's a little extra something for you guys.
Of that.
Oh, there's tons of
hours and hours and hours of footage, and we'd reduce it down to an hour and a half.
There's hundreds of gigabytes that just are there, and might as well use them for something. So showing them to you here, or showing them to you, the get-togethers, that'd be fun. Richard's like 5 months ? Yeah, well, dude.
They're spread out. Each episode drops 1 month apart.
One month apart. Yeah. And next month if you've been watching the series, you know that there is a arc I'm going to make clear that we didn't write this. It wrote itself. This is the actual data and where the data pulls us as we're going.
Yeah.
And that's just, to me, it's amazing. And it's a little terrifying at times, but it's still amazing. Handprints on the window, ?
No, it was just the face. The window that was there was a smaller window anyway. So it would have had, if it would have put hands on it, would have been like that. But no, it was just the face. That's all she saw.
Searching for paranormal Bigfoot. You guys are awesome. Let's have our own hearings. There's more of that.
Scott said, had something happen to my family I know whose property owners next door decided to log woods, and BF blamed them. They screamed and smacked the side of the house repeatedly. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We have somebody that's having the same exact thing happen right now, Scott. Oddly enough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like almost the exact same scenario.
So I'm trying to keep up with the chats. You guys are flying over there. Keep it coming. We're looking.
Adam Good says, I hate the marrow in the bones, Dave. You guys would have had,
that is an inside joke. And
that night was nuts.
My gosh. Yeah, that was crazy. We did catch some wild stuff though. Yeah. Synchronicities. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're absolutely right, Keller. It's synchronicities.
Yeah.
Incredible synchronicities at that.
It's no longer called a balloon or Chinese lantern. It's now called SpaceX Starlink satellite problem solved.
There you go. That's the real reason that we need to get those up there, right?
Oh, New Martinsville. Yeah, you're up there. You're fairly up there close to Tom, actually.
Yeah.
And then we're in Ron's in Charleston. I'm in Hurricane. I used to have the New Martinsville Rite Aid, so I was in New Martinsville all the time. I was a regional Rite Aid guy, so that was part of my area.
Okay, let's see. Questions, folks.
Synchronicity was a great album. Ada says the Bigfoots are protectors of the woods.
I mean, someone's got to be.
Right. Footprints anywhere or anything damaged? There were footprints. Those were aired during the show. They were in the snow. There were footprints in the snow. Dave Roberts says, between UAP reported hauntings, there's certainly an uptick in activity. Many more people are coming forward.
What you said, many more people are coming forward. So, I mean, there may be an uptick, yeah, but the data also shows that the more we are talking about this, the more people are coming forward. Case in point, this show used to draw somewhere around, 13 people. I mean, now we hold around almost 50 per episode that stick around and watch the whole thing. And That's amazing. And that's what we need. We need people who are, as interested to come along and actually, become part of the conversation. We've had so many people who on the show who've just come forward and said, you know what, I had this happen. And that has led to another validation for someone else. So that's how it works. And the Reverend was right about that. We are a disclosure. He's 100% right about that. It's us. It's not them. It's not one big thing. It's all of us.
So now, moving on to some of the questions again.
Go ahead.
Ron, did you know that heat lightning wasn't a thing?
I actually did know, but I still call it heat and lightning, don't you?
You're right. Yeah, exactly. Because it's what we grew up calling it. But for whatever reason, I guess because TikTok videos and Instagram videos, everybody's now enlightened So
that's cool. That's great. But here's my thing. You just watched an episode where multiple lights were seen in the woods. There was a possible Bigfoot looking in someone's trailer.
and heat lightning is your hang up.
And this is what hangs you up? This is what you have questions about?
Yeah.
It's a terminology. It's a cultural thing. And I'll say it again. It's a cultural thing. I don't mess with your culture. Don't mess with mine.
Oh man. So
we from Appalachia, okay? We from Appalachia. Right. We drink Mountain Dew. We eat pizza bread, and we say, storm off in distance. No, that's heat lightning.
Yep.
That actually happened once.
Now there's a good one that somebody brought up. Said there's different types of radiation. Alpha radiation, for instance, is blocked by skin. Yes. Ultimately, it all depends on what type of radiation you're talking about. Radiation is not just radiation. The problem with that last snippet is that, radiation is
technically just radiation. It's just a different type.
Like there's so many types of it. That's the problem. That type. However, what we're using, the devices we're using, we're really only picking up beta or gamma. Those are the two options we've really got. And that's what we're getting hit with, and that's shouldn't be happening.
No, it really should not be happening. And the fact that it is, and we've actually talked to people about this, people who know the equipment, people who know, that shouldn't be happening, are sitting there and telling you, well, why is your background radiation doubling? Well, that's a good question, because we don't know why the background radiation is doubling. You should tell us why. And they look at us and say, I can't. Maybe your equipment's failing. Both of them at the same time? What are the odds? That doesn't happen either. So, we have moved to that point. We do have double redundancy on a lot of things. And those guys, I want to say this is a big shout out to everybody over there on Small Town Monsters here and everywhere else. You're watching this stuff and you're blowing our minds because you're watching it and you're asking these questions and you're actually interacting. And some of the stuff that you're asking is really good. You guys are listening. Someone said they heard a wood knock in one of the sections. I got to go back and listen to that. Maybe they did. I don't know. But
there is. I can't. Obviously, I can't look at this. I need to look at the raw audio. Because during the video, there is a little faint
tap. Okay.
Yep. In the distance, it's there.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. And we were on a hill, and things did get quiet on a hill really fast at one point. I remember how deathly quiet they got.
Right.
Radiation. You mean heat lightning.
Now, Ada says, I keep my blinds shut at night. I had one peeking through the door window, and I was startled and couldn't sleep the rest of the night. I don't blame you there.
Yeah, I don't think I could either. I could understand that.
Where, where Ada lives, I can 100% see this being a thing.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. So
I've never told anyone about that. Well, now she's told the entire internet.
Now you told everybody. So let's play that little clip really quick for everybody here. Oz is getting ready to head off. So coming. And there is one more, but we're going to save that right up till the last bell, just for you guys. And anybody else, you're going to be able to catch that one later. I might go back and scrub this one. I don't know if I'm going to or not, that you just saw, but I'm going to I'm going to probably leave the other one up. I'm not sure yet. Might just leave them all up. Don't really care. Everybody's going to see it eventually anyway. Give them something to look forward to.
Right. Oh man. Okay. CJ Boker says, not only a faint cat, but you guys go back and look at the raw footage. You could see an outline of a Bigfoot watching you guys for a split second. Go grab like a timestamp on that, CJ, and send it over to us.
Yeah, I'm going to need that.
And we will go take a look. At Oz. All right. Then we've got Lisa says, I'm up to drive anywhere as long as the snow stays away.
Richard, this will be better than Skinwalker Ranch. Actually,
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah,
because that happened.
That happened, and that was another thing that you guys over there said. Hey, you guys need to, you need to talk to the guys at Skinwalker Ranch about this.
Yeah,
and we were like, okay.
So
we did.
And
yeah,
the response was
interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that actually just validated some of the stuff that I've experienced.
Yeah. And that's literally, that was real. That happened. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me fix this.
Tight, NW. Don't run yet. We're trying to get it.
Hang on. I'll make this work. You donated enough. You deserve this. If I can make it work, I'm gonna. Okay. Mark out.
We're going to get this one up here for you so that way you can see it before you go out, because like Ron said, you've hit that chat button multiple times tonight, and thank you. Where are you from, by the way? You don't got to tell us exactly, just give us a state or country or wherever you're at. Let us know where you're at.
And the other things, lights in the sky, strange, signals, I can deal with that, but this was a literal storm that occurred while we were standing there and bringing this discussion up. While we were standing there and talking about it, this thing literally just starts coming out of nowhere. It was strange. And no, there was no heat lightning either. Nothing like that. It was just, I tried to do it with a straight face. I couldn't.
It was really, really, really interesting afternoon. Larry.
11 out of 10. yeah, right.
11 out of 10 weirdness.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate. So thank you for sticking around, for seeing that. And, we'll definitely see you soon. The Trees of Madness. Hey, that's a good name. I'll pass that on to Aaron, actually.
Yeah.
No, I won't. No. The trees are not your friends. I don't know. Funny.
You guys need to test your theory out at my place to see if the weird is following you. Sure.
I'm pretty sure it has at this point. Yeah, it's that's a thing. That's a thing. We could probably have a mild discussion on how weird things have gotten since we started actually doing, going out in those places, in certain places, especially like Wineberry, for one. Let's just say Wineberry. And there's some weird stuff that's still happening out there. So expect a big update, huge update coming next year on that place.
All right, guys. I just created the that space for you guys to go over and share your contact info if you want.
Now, I'll say this, from the perspective of how I was taught, that rain is a blessing, right? Like when you're out and the rain just comes from nowhere, that can be seen as a blessing. But it was definitely interesting. It was one of those things where it's like, well, are we on the right trail, or should we not be on this trail? I don't know. But then other things happened after this, which led me to believe, well, maybe we'll go there some other point in the future. That wasn't where we're supposed to be just yet.
Octopus said, I just found someone talking about the forest people and their fey connections and glowing trees, all of which I've experienced with multiple witnesses at this one location in my town.
I mean, sometimes it's all it takes is to talk about it. I mean, I think if nothing, we've proven that there's something that seems to be listening. Eyes
in the wood. That is 2 eyes.
That's a major blessing. 2 eyes. 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 2 major. Absolutely.
Thank you, Oz.
Fantastic. You guys are amazing. We can't say that enough. I know that, you know, what are we, 2 weeks from Christmas, something like that. And for you guys, really, you're I don't know, incredibly grateful. That's the best words that I can use for you people who support the show and the program and all the things that we do, because there are those who think we're wasting our time, you know.
Yeah.
There are those who think that we're going out in the woods and we're having sandwiches and filming ourselves reacting to stuff. That's not how it happens. And again, you'll get to see some of that behind the scenes stuff when we do these get-togethers, because that's a thing that's going to happen now thanks to you guys in this show. So this is a good example of how that community works that the Reverend was talking about. You know, we're not a cult, but but we are definitely forming a little family over here, and we see the same people every week, and it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
You know, Rod, if you recall, many years ago, we discussed the more time you invest into hauntings, the theory being they are more aware of us, whether it be hauntings, UFOs, etc.
Yeah, Dave's right. We actually had that conversation back in somewhere around 2012, I think it was, back with Ghost Watch. That's how long that these ideas have been rolling around, and you know, in our heads. And we're going out in the field and we're kind of actually testing this stuff at this point. And it seems that we're getting responses. So, and as long as there's people like Oz out there, no, I'll take that back. As long as there's one person out there like Oz, we'll keep doing this. It doesn't mean, you know, if people don't want to believe it, that's fine. We're not here to make you believe. We've said that at every time we do a presentation, that's what we lead with. We're not here to make you believe. We're here to present the data. What you do with that is up to you. But if you ignore it, it says a lot.
We love you too, Oz.
Absolutely.
And reach out to us somehow. We're going to need an address. There's a couple of you guys we're going to be reaching out for an address here soon for Christmas cards.
Oh, and thank you guys who picked up the limited edition exclusive orb shirt. Don't follow the orbs that we did. You blew my mind. I had no idea that we would actually move that many of those things. It was a sale, so I thought it was a good and that's really cool that you guys like those that much. Everything is always just as it happened. Yeah, you were there, you know.
Yep.
What's really amazing about it is, I mean, we've taken people out there and they've experienced it themselves. And you're going to see that as well in upcoming episodes, especially when we took Steve out. Because Steve was kind of like one of those Tony issues. He's like, I'm warning you guys, nothing's going to happen. You know, he was.
Yeah, that was the best part.
He was hell-bent on
the best part.
Nothing was going to happen. And then when it happened, his eyes, he just said it all. He was like, you told me it was going to happen. I didn't believe you, but this is real. Mm-hmm. It was really cool. They're always more aware of us than we are of them. Yeah, I think so too. I really do. Uh-oh, Richard didn't get an orb shirt. To get everybody in there.
Yep, I'm trying to get everybody added in over here.
Yeah, we got our new people in there. I want to see how long that ticker gets. It's going to be great.
Oh, I've got all the people in the ticker.
Oh, you got them in there?
Yeah, I did that earlier.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to get them into the forum.
Oh, geez. I got you. So there's that many already?
Yeah, there's, I got 4 requests I'm getting ready to approve.
Oh, okay. I didn't know all right. I bet I got requests here. So, okay. Okay. You got them though? You got them signed in?
Yeah, I'm getting them.
Okay, go ahead. Because it's asking me to password and
I'm
whatnot.
already in. I had to go and
Go ahead
approve
and do it.
certain stuff before I could. Yeah.
Okay, let's see where we're at over here. Can't wait to get mine and chase orbs. Oh man, just don't post a picture of you doing it with the shirt that says "Don't follow the orbs."
Right.
I want to experience some of that weirdness too. It's not too hard. I'll be honest with you. It's really not. Just proves how people are susceptible to the paranormal, how strangeness factor of being able to connect with people. It's a weird family thing. This is right, Tommy. Tommy is speaking pretty much what we used to call the weird magnet. That's kind of right. That there's something about us all that commonality, a bond, I guess. It's kind of like what you see with soldiers. To be honest, it's that kind of mentality. Like, I guess where you're up against some kind of odds, and you're all in it together. I mean, we're kind of all in this together. Either we're all crazy or we're onto something. And if we're all crazy, then we've really got a problem, because that means there's a whole lot more of us. And we have to explain how that some of this, the mechanics behind that can work. And honestly, it's impossible. Therefore, there's something happening. Orbs arrived today. There you go. Yep. I want to see who's the first person to post a picture of that over on the group. Okay, email is in that group site. All right.
There we go.
You got them all there? I don't need
I got like 9.
When I want to share my experiences, you were welcoming and gave me advice. That meant everything. And I totally understand that. Totally understand that. That's what this place is for. Mine will be here tomorrow talking about the shirts. It seems that the more you look into strangeness, the more it presents itself to you. Yeah, it does. It really does seem that way. I want an orb shirt. This is what I get for missing a week or two. Yeah, it was only available during the sale, and that was from Black Friday into Monday. Only thing we will find in the unknown is more of ourselves. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. A new one for you guys might have not heard about. UFO reacts to laser. I've seen it. It's gone viral to a degree. I file things not to do. I file under things not to do. Simply the event is terrestrial, not good, even if not non-terrestrial. He's right, guys. If you're going to go out there and fire your lasers, please, for the love of all that is holy, do not shoot them at any light in the sky. You saw us. We made sure that there was nothing above us when we fired that laser off. I don't think there has to be. If you're actually looking for what you're looking for, you don't have to have anything there. That's what the data says, right, Joe?
It seems that way.
It doesn't even have to be pointed at the sky, does it, Joe?
To get lights that appear from the ground, no.
Okay. So to get activity, i.e. activity, not just, UFOs, because we don't know if they're UFOs. They could be UAPs, actual phenomena. And what we've experienced so far has been actual phenomena. I don't think that's nuts and bolts craft. What we saw out there, well, the one could have been, but I don't think that that's what we saw out there. I will say this. You're seeing a lot of people point lasers. It might not be
nuts and bolts in the sense of nuts and bolts that
we know. Right. A physical something, right? But I will say this, there's a lot of tendency when people see someone like that laser video going viral that they'll go out and do the same thing. There are people who will go out and grab cameras and point them at the skies and think that every moving thing in the sky is a UFO or an alien spacecraft or this or that. They're not, okay? We're the first to admit that. They are not. It is the things that are doing something anomalous. That's what we're looking for at this point. The protocols have changed. We're looking for strange movement. We're looking for the fact, can it be seen visually? Or can it only be seen with a camera that is capable of picking up X amount of nanometers, wavelengths of light? That's important data sets for us at this point. Because, yeah, man, there's a lot of, I mean, look at how many times Starlink went over this week.
Yeah.
It was multiple times, you know. And it's still being, every time it goes over, it still somehow triggers a reaction in the community and people think it's an invasion. But now there was something that happened in Arizona, and I don't know what that is yet. We're still watching that. If you guys have seen that video, it's pretty, it's pretty believable. Let's just say that it's pretty compelling. There's some strange lights that are seen, and I would definitely keep my eye on that video. It seems relevant, and that's not, doesn't seem to be drone activity. It seems to be something else. You saw it. What did you think of it?
It doesn't appear to be drone. It doesn't appear to be anything that's in our catalog either.
No, it doesn't.
So
I don't know. More data.
It really seemed a whole lot like the stuff that happened over DC, though.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying.
You know what's interesting about the DC thing that you just, you know, you brought that up there real quick, but the one thing that's interesting about this DC thing, and that really should alarm people, is that you can find more about the 1952 DC flyover than you can about the one that happened 6 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, Tony. So to me, that says something. And I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm going to, what? Why was that? I'm going to use a what?
I'm going to use a super bright flashlight because I need to see if these are birds creating the lights.
Oh, that's a good idea. But here's the thing. Use your super bright flashlight. You might get more reaction. You might get more reaction than you would with the laser.
But you got to have the right stuff to see it.
That's true. That's true.
Keller says I got my green laser in the mail yesterday.
Man, I want one of the blue ones. That's
yeah.
Those things are
limited edition blue ones from.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah,
those are awesome. Do you see the gold one? It's the
first time the gold one's neat. That ambery yellow color.
That's the first time that that's actually been available. But I have seen some reviews on it, and they said it wasn't as good as the blue.
I'd imagine so, just because of the spectrum of light it's in. It probably wouldn't go visibly go as far.
No. Now, if I was going to make myself a homemade laser projector and do some homemade, laser Floyd show, I'd probably one of them gold ones.
Terry McCullough says the way it works, you see things, you buy cameras. You hear things, you buy audio recorders. You feel things, so you buy detection gear. One thing, the Supernatural was really on Amazon.
I think the Supernatural was really Amazon. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's kind of like the weatherman's in league with the, with the local grocery store. So,
by the way, I got worked through everybody's approvals. You guys are all up to date.
Heck yeah, there we go. So you guys can carry on and contribute to that discussion over there. And we don't have any. Our rules are still the rules, obviously, but we don't have any. You're not going to get kicked out for possible fake news that you don't know if it's fake or not. Those kind of things. And that's what that place is for.
Danny asks, what equipment gets better images from the sky? Thermal, IR, regular, or phone camera? It depends on what you're trying to capture.
I would agree with that. And I think that's the problem right there.
Because we've used all three to capture different phenomena. You have visible phenomena, that's readily capturable on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You have invisible phenomena, and those are usually capturable on either of the two other devices. Then sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're invisible to other devices, and sometimes they're invisible to everything, but they're setting off your meters. So what do you do?
We just end up with more and more equipment, and that's what we do. It's honestly like we're really making a grid. That's what we're doing. We're making a detection grid with all those different pieces of equipment.
Oh yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. So that way, if it changes the channel and says, well, okay, you can see me with this, I'm going to turn to this,
This one right here, power band. Don't waste the extra $400. Don't.
I wouldn't.
Just get the black.
And yeah,
The upgrade in definition from the black to the pro is so minimal. And to be quite honest, I actually kind of prefer the color palette of the black. And that's coming from somebody who's done a whole lot of research just over the last couple months on these things, because we're getting more of them. And immediately the way our brains are programmed, we think pro
let's get
means
the big
better.
one. Yeah.
But it's literally the exact same software. It's the same processor. The only difference is the pro has a larger internal memory, and it has a slightly better, it is near Starlight, but like the difference is nominal.
Well,
save $400,
it's
get black, and you're still going to get all the same kind of results as you would with the pro.
You will. The pro, if the pro has a little bit better resolution. That's it. And I don't mean like so much resolution that it's worth that. It's very little. And by the time we process our video over in Premiere, I can sharpen it up, and you're going to see, you're not going to know if you're looking at a pro or not. I think the thing is that we need, we really need to look at with the pro versus the black, is that the pro seems to bring out more yellow and reds. Did you notice that? Like it'll kind of make them pop a little bit. Yeah. But I still like the black, honestly.
The black is.
Yeah. What did
Tommy was asking about the pop from that one video from Brienne.
Mm-hmm.
And we can get access to any of those videos. We've actually been
you'll
there
see that
on site. You'll see that.
You'll see that in the future. That's an ongoing investigation, and we're kind of joined on that. So you're going to see a lot of stuff from that. We are going to deploy more equipment in that area very soon.
Yeah, definitely going to have to check with Oz and maybe compare some notes and get some pointers.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good resource to tap.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the hope of, that's what I was thinking about this get together thing. We can actually sit there and we can compare our data. It's kind of what we always.
Terry brings up a real good point before we get too far off the black.
Mm-hmm.
The pro, $150 of that increased price is a built-in GPS. Okay, go ahead, Ron.
No, I'm saying, I think we've always wanted to do this with the collective thing, right? And you can't really have a true collective unless you're all sitting around really sharing data.
Yeah.
And I think that's, if it leads to that, that's going to be great, because no one's going to have a piece of information that, they're holding on to themselves. It's all going to be out there. We'll be sharing this stuff because it's all going to be released eventually anyway. That's the whole point. Yeah. And we can compare this stuff before it goes viral. Like, if someone posts a picture of Starlink, for example, and says, it's an invading mothership, and we can be like, no, it's not. Before it ever comes to that, we can we can stop that before it ever happens. So I think it's a good idea, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a valuable community asset.
Yeah, I think it will be too.
It's Dave saying, as soon as I get my hands on the Dwarf 3, it'll be a great test. Well, yeah, I agree with you on that. If you get one of those Dwarf 3s, we're going to be in business. That's a game changer. If we can lock on to one, that's a game changer.
Yeah. Anita said we could have a group old equipment sale page too. Yeah, you go ahead and start one up over on the forum. I'll approve.
Go ahead. We'll approve that. That's fine. This is what I mean. There's things you can't do on Facebook, but you can totally do it there. Just make sure that
and you're not going to get scammed, because I have to review everybody that joins the group to begin with, and I don't let anybody in that I can't read their name.
Yeah, well, we got to make sure we know everybody and know it's all legit too.
Yeah. Full starter kit for the black is $3.99 on Amazon right now.
And it's a cool kit too. Is that the one?
It really is. That's the one that I got you.
Yeah, that's what we have. Yeah, I think we need to do that again.
I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on a second one. I was waiting until I like had enough money on my end, but I've had to call off work too many times. I'm not gonna be able to swing it. So
Well, you've been sick, so there's
I
that.
know exactly.
And you know,
It's
the
between me
business.
and the kids.
I
So
know.
I've had to call off like over a week in the last,
Mhm.
month and a half.
And the business be the business. That's what it's there
Yeah.
for. So, let's do it. I mean, these
I was
folks
also
approved.
waiting on it to drop on Cyber
It's not
Monday, and
going
it
to,
didn't budge.
guys.
I think it's as low as it's going to go at this point.
Yeah, it's not going to. Get one before they're gone, because once
Yeah.
it's out, they're going to force everyone to go that extra, $400 for the pros.
Yep.
What's going to happen? Or they're going to make a new one,
Yep.
and then they're going to raise that one up another 500.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Has the case and all. Yeah, they're awesome, guys. I mean,
Yeah. Now you get a case with it when you order just the bare bones one. You get a case a little bit smaller than that one, just a little bit. It's a little bit skinnier, but that one is the one that houses the flashlight and the batteries.
it's in a separate bag, a separate case.
Oh, it is. I thought that one had the battery in it. So that's the case you get with it. Then
This
when
is
you
the
order
case you
just
get
the
with
bare
it.
bones one, that's the one it comes with.
Yeah, this is
I
the
thought
case
that
you
one
get with
housed
it.
the flashlight with it. too.
It comes with its own case, which is even amazing for that
That is
flashlight.
cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It comes with spare batteries and a charger as well. But yeah, get this thing open because it's a really cool case. But yeah, I mean, that's what you're getting, and it's a cool set, man. That's.
Lisa says, by the way, Joe, are you in search of a new lizard? No,
Are you?
Unless it's a lizard like what you gave me before.
Oops. Are you? Because we can definitely do that too.
Right. Yeah. Now, if you, however, are interested in a lizard, we can work out.
If anyone is interested in any crested geckos, by all means, check with us first.
Mark Winnell, hey guys, down with the flu, just got on. I didn't have the flu, but I feel this on a deep emotional level because I have been down since last Friday night.
I had something before you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had it. You had it
2 or 3
gnarly.
weeks.
You got knocked out. And then, like before that, I got some weird. Yeah. It's been the fall and winter of the bleh.
It really has. It really has. It's been bad.
LR says, "Are you a big fan of the Harbor Freight cases?" Right, Joe? Yes, 100%. How many of those did we buy?
Too many. We have so many. We haven't even used them all.
Hooked us up with a bunch too.
We haven't even used them all yet. That's how many we have. But we will.
Yeah.
We will. Because I did pick up a new piece of equipment. I think it's. Hang on. I'll let you see it. I see. Yeah, here we go. I did pick up a new piece of equipment during the Black Friday thing there. Whoops. So there's our new piece of equipment. We'll be pulling this thing out in the field from now on. We got us another tri-field. And it's a really, really nice one. Comes in a little pouch and whatnot too. So that's another one of the GQ series. That's also the series we use for our
Geiger
counter. Thank you, Joe. But yeah. So, I mean, the more you know. Let's see. What?
Octopus just got musked by a scrub.
Oh, these bring back terrible memories.
It does.
Oh, it does. It really does. What's Richard saying?
I brought one. Comes in Saturday doing a CE5 night scope. So I hope I can take it this weekend. Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it charged up and you'll be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. $6 foot already? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oops.
Guys, this is no joke. There are things flying up there, and I don't know what they are, but we need each other to figure this out. Stay engaged. 100%
100%. 100%. Eyes in the woods needs eyes on the skies.
Tommy says, "Where's Brandon? Is he alive?" We'll have to let him know somebody asked about him. He's had a lot going on, man. There's been a lot of life changes. You guys keep Brandon in your thoughts and prayers. He's doing okay. He's alive. He's doing well. There's just been a lot going on with babies growing up and work and stuff like that.
But he is alive. Yes,
he is alive. He's doing well.
Terry brought up a good point. Don't forget to get lots of batteries, especially if you use a Wi-Fi link. I'll say this, especially if you use the Wi-Fi link. And the Wi-Fi link is it's a little wonky. I mean, it's a little wonky.
You know, I've heard actually on one of the forums that if you have Android software, it's not as wonky.
Really?
Yeah, it plays better with. It's one of the few devices that plays better with Android than it does Apple. So that tells me it's probably running on something like Raspberry Pi.
Probably. I have a crested gecko named Dresden. Built his vivarium out of department store jewelry display case. Well, that's fantastic.
That's awesome. We used to do that crap.
That's awesome.
So, John, I don't know if you know this about us, but we owned a business, still do own a business called Reptiles That Don't Suck. And we were the largest in the state at one point in time breeders of crested geckos, gargoyle geckos, Rhacodactylus lucianus. And we never did get the Chihuahuas to breed. Like, they're still actively breeding right on the other side of that wall. But, like, they're destroying their eggs every time. It sucks.
Yeah.
Richard, it will come with.
It'll come with 2 batteries,
right?
Comes with 2 batteries. You're fine. If you want to pick up any extra batteries, there's multiple variations of these things that you can get. I'll get you some info on that because we have several. It'll come with 2 official Sonics though, but they are a SX brand of their battery is what it is. XX, I think 50, if I remember right. But you can also find generics, and they work just as good, possibly better, honestly. Because I use both. So there's Tommy. Prayers for Brandon. Thank you. Thank you much. We'll appreciate that. Please talk with my daughter and see if you can persuade her to get a lizard instead of a snake. Well,
we probably could just have to be in person and be like, here, hold a lizard. Hold it.
No, for real. Once you hold them, they're like velvet. So once you hold them, it's done. Yeah, I mean, it really is. And they're one of the easiest things to take care of. You don't have to, get any frozen foods, anything like that. You just get some powder. It's a special powder. You mix it with water. Done. It's that easy. They don't need any special heating as long as you got a room that's somewhere around 70, 72. Yeah. Yep. That's it. And they're awesome.
And we can get you into one from anywhere between $100 or like $5,000.
Oh, yeah, easy. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, whatever your budget. Yeah, we can pull that off. Yeah, I don't have any little ones anymore. They'd have to be at least 100. But they're also not just pet quality. They're really cool breeders. Yeah, so if you ever got into breeding, you'd have something really cool.
Yeah. Octopus sounds about like me. I've had everything with scales. Cresties are still awesome.
Yep.
It took me a minute to warm up to them, but Ron convinced me. Cresties are cool. But that was like over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And like I still love them.
Yeah, they're awesome. There's only a couple I wouldn't get rid of.
Yeah, same here. I've got a handful that will never leave. I have a couple F1s that I couldn't part with.
Yep.
Just because they're meaner than snakes, and I love them. And they try to attack me like velociraptors every time I open the door. But
yeah, they're pretty cool little creatures. Oh, we never had a shop. We ran as vendors as RTDS, Reptiles That Don't Suck, LLC. Now DBA, Wild and Weird, West Virginia. And we went out and did shows. And we actually had more inventory than most of the shops in our area.
We did.
Actually,
we had all in our area. Yeah, we definitely did. We were running the full gamut.
Yeah, we had a lot more.
Yeah.
They didn't like that.
Full show running, man. Yeah, you couldn't get through the front 20 feet of my garage.
It was truly impressive, especially the big shows like when we did up in Pennsylvania and Tinley. They were massive shows. Yeah. Just don't try to touch the lychee.
Oh no, our lychee. Well, one of them will eat you. The others are pretty cool.
Halmahera.
No, the Halmahera, those things are nuts. Have an attack crested gecko and a chill Halmahera. They've body swapped is what's happened. You've kept them too close and they body swapped.
You know me, $100 is what she needs until she gets a feel for how to care for it. Mm-hmm.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and the good thing is, Tommy, at that, it's not a baby, so they're well. They know how to eat. They're good. They know what they need to do. So, yeah, it'd be good for her. And of course, you have full support. You know, teach you what you need to know.
Lisa.
Yes, my friends, we have got to do the same thing. As much as we hate to, I love the fact that all 40 of you are still here. Just fantastic to see you guys every week. It just makes our week. What can I say? I mean, look forward to Thursday constantly. Danny, we'll see you out there, brother. Man.
Yeah, I didn't even realize we gone 28 minutes, almost half an hour over.
Yeah. Well, they started talking about geckos, so
we did. Got a little side railed.
Yeah,
our bad.
Sorry about that.
Guys,
sometimes it comes out.
Go and smash that like button. Leave some comments below before you roll out of here tonight. You guys are fantastic. Each and every one of you. Thank you. Hope you have a good Christmas holiday. Thank you guys for all of the super chats and all the donations for the future get-togethers and everything else we got going on tonight. We can't tell you how much we appreciate that, especially during the holiday season when you could literally be spending that money on anything else you choose to throw it at what we're doing, and it's just awesome.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
So thank you guys so much. You guys are just too much. Again, also, if you want, while you're over there in that forum, post up some addresses. Like if you want to get on a Christmas card, a wild and weird Christmas card exchange, we might do something here soon and send y'all out some physical postages to you guys. I think that'd be fun this year. And then let's see. If you haven't, go watch Paranormal Horizons over on Small Town Monsters. It's not yet up on Unexplained TV, but 2 of the episodes are. And then once you're done there, leave a comment. And then once you're done there, come back over and watch some of the other stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Definitely leave them a comment.
A lot to learn.
Leave them a comment. Leave them a little bit of a little bit of something to let them know that you like the show. Apparently people like the show. I mean, from what I've seen, it's pretty impressive. It's impressed me. It's cool. It's just cool. It's cool to be able to make something that people actually like. So I'm happy that we got to do that.
I got to get up at 5 a.m. I got to go here too. Yep. I'm only an hour behind you. I got to get up at 6 and get rolling. So I'm feeling you.
Yep.
Oh,
morning comes early.
Ron, good show, my friend. Good show.
Absolutely,
we're gonna have
great show.
Michael Yale soon.
Yes.
Everybody, all the super chatters, we're going to run you down across the bottom one more time while we're getting ready to close out the show. So thank you all for everything you do. Thank you for the support that you provide us week in, week out, keeping the gas in the tanks, keeping the fuel on the fire to keep us moving and getting out there and doing this stuff. We really, really appreciate you guys. Keller, we'll talk to you soon, brother. Good night, Wild and Weird family. Yes, we appreciate every one of you guys. Y'all are absolutely awesome. Remember, there's no more shows for the rest of the year. Enjoy the holiday season. Where to catch us on the road next, Lord only knows.
I mean, we might show up one more time. You never know. It could happen.
You never know. But probably Ohio Bigfoot in May. So we got some time. But
if you guys want to hang out, I meant virtual shows. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Confused.
Yeah.
Confused.
You guys want to catch us, you want to hang out, you guys know where to find us on the forum now. And anywhere else, just get a hold of us. Thank you so much. Enjoy this holiday season. Give your loved ones a big, tight hug. And remember, when a Bigfoot peeks in your window, he's actually attacking you. Stay wild and weird.
He's probably not. I bet they don't like it when you say that. I'm betting they don't like it when you say that.
I know, right?
Right. It's just like they're stereotyping me again. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure they don't like